So let's now tackle lesson 2 in module 9, solving problems on business and consumer loans. So how are we going to solve problems on business and consumer loans? First and foremost, let's try to define the following. The first one talks about amortization method. This is just the method of paying a loan, principal and the interest on installment basis, usually of equal amounts at regular intervals. So this will be the payment that you will give to the lender or the one that you borrowed from in a monthly basis or quarterly basis. It depends upon your statement of account. Next is what we call mortgage. A mortgage is a loan secured by a collateral that the borrower is obliged to pay at specified terms. So, this is a loan secured by a collateral. Maybe, for some cases, your loan here is really a big amount, therefore it needs a collateral to be secured. Next is chattel mortgage, a mortgage on a movable property. So, if you want to avail a loan to in order to buy something, if you will transfer that one to another place, that is what we call chattel mortgage. And last but not the least, collateral is an asset used to secure the loan, maybe a real estate or other investments. So if you availed a loan, of course, there is a tendency that the lender will find a collateral for your loan to be secured. And we have also the outstanding balance. Any remaining debt at a specified time is what we call outstanding balance. Say for example, if you availed a loan which is 100,000 pesos and you paid 15,000 for the first month, so the remaining balance is your outstanding balance. Let's try to solve the first problem. Here, Mr. Garda borrowed 1,000 pesos for the expansion of his business. The effective rate of interest is 7%. The loan is to be repaid in full after 1 year. How much is to be paid after 1 year? So, in the problem, we are given the following. The amount of money borrowed by Mr. Garcia is 1 million pesos. And the interest rate per conversion period is 7%. That is 0.07. And we have N is equal to 1. Because only you will pay for the loan around after 1 year. So 1 year and yes. So it's only 1 year for you to pay the loan. Now, what will you look for in the problem? We need to solve for the loan to be repaid in full after 1 year. So this focuses on the interest plus the principal. We have here the formula F equals P times 1 plus J raised to the power of N. Substitute P here, 1 million pesos times the quantity of 1 plus 0.07 is your interest rate per conversion period raised to the power of 1 because you will pay it after 1 year. So, we'll add first using PEMDAS, parentheses, you simplify the 1 in parentheses, then exponent raise to the power and multiply by 1 million. Therefore, our future value now is 1,070,000 pesos. So in your conclusion, there is an amount of 1,070,000 pesos that must be paid after 1 year. Okay, let's now focus on the second problem. This is chattel mortgage. A person borrowed 1,200,000 for the purchase of a car. If his monthly payment is 31,000 pesos on a 5-year mortgage, find the total amount of interest. So here in this problem, we are looking for the interest. What are given here is the principal amount of money or the present value, which is 1,200,000 pesos, and also the monthly payment, which is 31,000 pesos. We are asked to find the total amount of interest. Now, how are we going to solve for the total amount of interest? It's just very simple. So, to solve for this, you will just simply multiply the monthly payment, the number of conversion periods in a year, and the time, which is 5 years. So multiplying 31,000 pesos times 12 months and 5 years, the result is 1,860,000 pesos. That is the total amount of money that he will pay after 5 years. However, we are looking for the interest. So how are you going to get the interest? So here, we'll have F minus P, that is 1,860,000 minus 1,200,000. The answer is 660,000 pesos. Thus, the interest is 660,000 pesos. Let's have another problem to solve. If a house is sold for 3 million pesos and the bank requires 20% down payment, what is the amount of mortgage? So here in this problem, we are given the cash price of the house, which is 3 million pesos. The down payment rate is 20% and its down payment rate 20%. So you will just simply divide 20 by 100 or move 2 decimal places to your left. That is 0.2. So your total down payment, you will just multiply the rate and the cash price. So it is 600,000 pesos. Now the question is, what is the amount of mortgage? Mortgage is just the cash price minus the down payment. That is the total amount that the one will pay after the given time. So we have here the cash price is 3 million pesos minus 600,000 pesos, which is the down payment. The remaining balance is 2,400,000 pesos. Thus, the mortgage amount is 2,400,000 pesos. Let's now have the formula for finding annuities. We learned this one from our previous lesson in Module 7. These are the following formulas that we will use if we are looking for future value, the present value, or the periodic payment. Future value is represented by F, present value is represented by P, and the regular payment or the regular payment or the periodic payment is represented by R. Where F is where J is the interest rate per period and N is the number of payments. So we have M times T. So based from this formula, let's try to remember this one. So we will be using these formulas to find the regular payment or the periodic payment. Now, if you are given the present value, you will use the first one. But if you are given the future value, you will use the second one. So this will be the two formulas that we will master in order to solve problems later on. So let's try to solve this problem. A consumer loan worth 80,000 pesos is to be repaid in 12 months at 8% convertible monthly. How much is the monthly payment? So how are we going to solve for this? We are given the following. The principal amount of money is 80,000 pesos. The N here is M times T, 12 times 1 year is 12, and the interest rate per conversion period is 8%, or that is just 0.08. So, from this given, we will now find R using the first formula. Why is it we are using the first formula? Because what is given in the problem is the present value. So we will use the first formula. Now, in our solution, we need to solve first for the interest rate per conversion period, that is J. That is simply the rate 0.08 divided by 12 months. So that is 0.0067. After solving for J, we will substitute that one in the formula together with our P, the present value. So, we'll simplify this one using, yes, PEMDAS, parentheses, after you add, raise to the power of negative 12. After you raise it to the power of negative 12, that's for exponent, you, yes, subtract 1 by that and divide by 0.067. Your answer will be, yes, 80,000 divided by that answer is 6,959 pesos and 7 centavos. So, in your conclusion, the monthly payment is 6,959 pesos and 7 centavos. So, based from the problem that we solved, in this lesson, you need to consider the use of calculators, because if you have no calculators, it will be very time consuming to solve it one by one. However, if you have scientific calculators, you can input everything once and then you will be given directly the final answer. Yes. So, that's for the first problem. This time, let's talk about outstanding balance. The perspective method says that it is the method of computing the present value of all remaining payments or outstanding balance. So that is perspective method. The formula that we are going to use is just simply the formula that we used in the previous module, that is present value formula. But in the present value formula, we replaced it by B. That means outstanding balance. So B is outstanding balance, K is the number of payments made, R is the regular payment or the periodic payment, N minus K is the remaining payments, and J is the interest rate per period. So this is what we will use in solving for the outstanding balance after how many payments. So let's have a problem here. Mr. Se borrowed some money from a bank that offers an interest rate of 12% compounded monthly. His monthly amortization for 5 years is 11,122 pesos and 22 centavos. How much is the outstanding balance after the 12 payments? So based from the problem, it is given that our periodic payment is 11,122 pesos and 22 centavos. K represents the number of payments paid is 12 payments. That can be read in the last sentence, no? After the 12 payments. So the number of payments paid is 12. Now, take note that in 5 years, if we will pay monthly. 5 times 12 is 60. However, we paid already 12, so 60 minus 12, 48 is the remaining payments or payments remain. So n minus k is just 48. The interest rate per period is also per conversion period is 12%. So that is just 0.12 divided by 12. Why is it 12? Because it's monthly basis. 0.12 divided by 12 is 0.01. So we will substitute everything to the formula. We have 11,122.22 centavos times the quantity of 1 minus the quantity of 1 plus 0.01 raised to the power of negative 48, which is the remaining payments divided by 0.01. Simplifying first this one, you start with the parentheses. After you simplify within the parentheses, you raise it to the power of negative 48 and subtract it from 1. After subtracting, you divide by 0.01 and multiply by 11,122.22. So that is 422.354 and 73 centavos. So the outstanding balance is 422 pesos and 422,354 pesos and 73 centavos. So that ends our lesson.